sure that I know like what the outcome is, because I don't know exactly what we're looking to do. I know we're selling guitars, and I know you've got the e-commerce platform ready to go. And then I don't know where the gaps are, because I know you were building some stuff, and I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't starting on the wrong page and building something crazy that we don't need.
Right. Yeah, that's cool. So this is Brendan from Heartbreaker Guitars.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Brendan from Heartbreaker Guitars, and check it out.
He's super cool dude, and he's out in Vegas. They're selling boutique guitars. They have a great following, and we're looking to take that to the next level. So part of that is, number one, I want to say retargeting, but it's not the right term. Re-engaging customers who have already bought. So they don't have like crazy high volume with 1 million abandoned carts. His Shopify literally has like 28 abandoned carts ever. But they sell 100 grand a month. So the people that are going to this site are literally like 35 to 55-year-old men who have been playing guitar forever, and they know a good guitar when they see one. They have to call in. So that's one thing to note, is that very rarely, very, very rarely, unless someone's already purchased from the store previously, is someone going to just come on the site for the first time and check out. Okay. I mean, if you're seeing these prices, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if someone's not, it's above that pricing threshold where people aren't just going to check out and put their credit card down. They need to talk to a warm body. And Brendan's fine with that. They actually have a showroom in Vegas, and they do appointment-only private showings. So it's not like a Guitar Center where it's a retail outlet and you just walk in and walk out, whatever. It's appointment only. It's a beautiful space. And basically what they do, some people do that are local, but others, they will ship the guitar out and ship it to California, ship it wherever, and they just want to talk to someone, so they'll call in, talk to Brendan on the phone. So now that you kind of understand the sales process, the way that Messenger and everything that I'm doing is going to fit in, we are going to take his Facebook ads to the next level. We are going to add the abandoned cart retargeting, but also, let's see if I go, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do this and then pick a specific guitar. So right here, there's going to be an incentive like save $500 or get a percentage discount if you subscribe in Messenger, and then they'll hit a little checkbox and add to cart or whatever. So with that, we're going to get some Messenger subscribers, but we also want to definitely want to get the people who have purchased in the past on there, because here's the thing. With gearheads, it's kind of like your Subaru. You know, you invest in something and that you love, and then you just like keep pouring money into it. And other people look at you and they're like, dude, you're crazy. And that's how people look at me with music equipment too. Like I buy a ton of DJ gear and like production equipment and spend like thousands of dollars on software. And people are like, dude, you're crazy, you know? But same with these people. So some people will come back for 4, 5, 6 guitars at $5 grand each. And so he thinks there's a huge opportunity in that. We definitely want to increase the frequency and the type of exclusive content that we are getting to current owners of some of these guitars. And then the opportunity to grow his cold following and grow his following online. So he's focusing a lot on YouTube, which is great because he's creating a lot of video content, a lot of high quality video content. So Heartbreaker Guitars, boom. So he's doing a lot of stuff, and I mean they're doing okay. Like they have it off the ground. You know, they have 2,500 real followers. They're doing it weekly, like sometimes multiple times per week. Guitar reviews, and they have a good like momentum going and high quality video content with After Effects overlays and just everything. Like they're investing in their brand. So we have a lot of content to pull from, and you also have content in the Google Drive with the link that I gave you. And so the vision for this, from my perspective, is to maximize the flows that are in here from Ari Baga. I joined his like e-commerce Facebook group and mastermind, and he like sent out this e-commerce blueprint, and so I've already customized some of it. And by the way, I'm sure you noticed, but I'm recording this, so I'll send this to you. So yeah, I've customized some of it, but like this photo, these are just rips from his website, screenshots and stuff like that. This is before I had his content. And so he doesn't like this photo, for example. That's their old space. And so basically all these photos can be replaced. And once again, that stuff's going to be in the Google Drive folder. And then I conceptually, I like how this is laid out. You know, someone goes to browse products and it's like, hi, I'm your automated assistant for HBG. You can call me blank. And I put a little bot name in there. Browse products, get help picking products. And for the get help, it's like call now. And for the browse, it brings them over here to the products, acoustic or electric. And then here, these logos, same thing. I ripped them from the site, and some of them look pretty crappy when you actually like bring them into Messenger. So I want a better experience for that, so that people can start to narrow it down by brand, or maybe if you think that it would be a better way to do more like the site, because this is kind of how the site's laid out. See, it goes acoustic or electric, and then all the brands. So that's how I broke the bot, broke it into pieces. But if you think it would be better to do just like Loud and Taylor, and then Paul Reed Smith has, or which one has both? Let's see. Loudon has electric and acoustic. So some of them have both. So if you think doing brand specific at first would be better, then I'm open to that. But basically, I want to have some product availability here, and then this is just basically dropping them to the site. So it's going to the proper page. So it's going to collections, Paul Reed Smith guitars, right? So when they click on this in the bot and it says Paul Reed Smith, then it's bringing up the micro browser with the proper web page. And then it's going to the Shopify store, which they have, which is already super polished and everything. So I'm cool doing that. Like, we don't need to reinvent the wheel and try and like go in and build all these crazy stats and like drop all this knowledge in ManyChat necessarily. I think that where ManyChat's going to fill in is in the abandoned cart retargeting, but that doesn't happen a ton. So when we have specials and getting people into the Recart app on Shopify, I'm going to worry about that because it's actually like a separate inbox. Recart it's a different, literally a different inbox. Like when you build a Recart list, they don't just show up in ManyChat. So it's more tied to Shopify. So through that, I can like run, they have little pre-made campaigns and stuff. But nonetheless, we are able to get them over to ManyChat once they do kind of click back and respond to some of our nurture campaigns from Recart. So with that being said, I want there to be a good experience when they land here in ManyChat. And one thing that Brendan wants to be able to do is to send out these videos, the stuff that they're creating all the time. And when they launch a new video, send that out as like kind of a weekly broadcast. And I know broadcasts are going away in July. Has there been any other update other than that they're just going away and you have to pay for it now?
Well, it's not even that they're going away. It's you have to apply for it. And then when you apply for it, you have to be non-promotional. So as long as you're sending out updates, you're good to go. So I don't know if his like videos would qualify as promotional or not, because if he's launching a new product and he's like, hey, we've got this brand new guitar, like here's the specs on it. It's almost like a sales pitch, but it's more informational, like, hey, we just got this in. If you want to learn more, check it out on the website. you can do something like that. But I just know when I was applying for Loud Rumor, I was literally just saying like, hey, here's the latest episode of the GSD show, and I was saying stuff. I think I dropped in like, you can get a free training, and they didn't like the word free. Like they didn't like the fact that I said it costs something, even though it was just like a free training. Like it wasn't even like something we would ever charge for. So they're just being really, really particular. So you can still send out broadcasts, but you have to be approved.
Can you send me that link?
Yeah. If you go to Facebook, I can show you exactly how to get there right now. It's really quick. So go to your business settings on your page. And then go to the Messenger platform. And then it should be at the bottom. There you go. So right above Discover Settings, keep going, right there. So that's how you apply. You have to basically request, and you just fill it out. It asks for a few examples. They tell you, what you need to do. You qualify for different types. So you would say you're going to be news, because you wouldn't go under productivity or personal tracking. So you're allowed to promote anything that's news, but it literally cannot say anything about price, free, limited time offer. Like none of that verbiage can be in there, period. It doesn't matter if it's free or not. Like they don't want anything that talks about promotions at all.
Right.
So that's how you can get away with it once you're approved and you can send out broadcast. Other than that, I think you'll have to pay for it. But I mean, people are going to be wanting to do sponsored stuff anyways, because that's what 90% of these people are doing with broadcast anyways. So yeah, that's all you do. I've applied for Loud Rumor like 3 times. Once they deny you, they give you a little, you have to click on their disapproval note, and it tells you why they disapproved it. They'll usually like highlight a specific word or a section, and they'll say this can't happen. And that's just your go-to, like, okay, I need to change that. And then you just submit again. We actually have a guy on our team that used to work at Facebook, and he's like, yeah, people don't know what they're doing. They're just probably disapproving automatically because it's so new and it's not even being implemented yet. So it's kind of like haphazard, luck of the draw kind of deal.
Right.
So it's safe.
Okay, cool, man. Thank you for showing me that. I'm going to do that for like all my pages very soon.
Yeah. 5 minutes for each.
Yeah. So back to HBG. I already set the default reply to fire just once. I want to update this with some cooler copy. So one thing Brendan's really big on is language, like the verbiage. It's got to be on brand. I mean, these are like aficionado guitar people. So if you look at even like one of these captions or descriptions, here's a closer look at Relish guitars with pickup swapping. A revolution in guitar design is taking place with Relish Guitars Switzerland. These guitars have turned the guitar industry on its head with their revolutionary design. This is part 1 in a 3-part series covering these amazing instruments. That wasn't even a very like verbose or wordy one. They talk about things like luthier, and luthier is, I guess, a term for like a boutique high quality guitar. And they have like this whole different language, right, for their own industry, but not just the music or guitar industry, but the boutique high-end guitar industry. So with that being said, we're going to do our best and then run all these by Brendan, and he'll like do the final pass on copy and verbiage and stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, with that timeline, we're looking to launch next week, the 5th or the 7th. So if you're down for a weekend project, like I'm down to pay you to dive in on this thing, and we can keep in touch through the weekend.
Yeah. So, I mean, from my gathering, and just correct me if I'm wrong, but it just sounds like there's not much out of the box building. It's literally just, we've got this thing and we just need to polish it. We need to, go over everything, make sure it's connected and working. And, there's not really any add-ons. It doesn't sound like we're doing any sequences. We might potentially be doing broadcasts for the time being. So yeah, is that kind of right, or am I off on that?
Yeah, that's correct. Like I just mainly need this stuff polished up. Like the welcome message hasn't been customized at all. You know, it still has like the beard products. And that was the template. So you'll see this, like if you see these things, like replace all that stuff. And the default reply, just leave it. Well, actually go into the fallback flow and you can like adjust the language and for the can shade a different way, you know? It could be like what I did with my STEEZY bot was like, my bot brain is still in training. I've contacted a human and because it's once every 24 hours. And then when it happens again, I said something like, our bot has failed you again, human on the way. And so I kind of used some humor and like admitted that we didn't recognize it. But I also said like, thank you for helping us train our bot to be better. And then the third one, I was working on changing the refocus to actual things that made sense. Like instead of this one actually is e-commerce, so it does make sense when it goes to your bot's capabilities and it's talking about, where was that? It was supposed to be the order and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's in the refocus.
That's what I'm at, refocus.
Is it that one right there? Click on that.
No.
We're back to the human takeover.
Yeah. So yeah, like we can re-download whatever we need to download.
Okay.
I can put that thing there for the new default reply and overwrite it, and it would probably have that. But yeah, basically, it's not that helpful to have a customer service bot for this client because he's not doing 10,000 orders a month at $10 each.
And it's all in person anyways. Like
he's doing like a big month is like 30 orders.
Wow.
So he does not need that flow anyway, where it's like, oh, is this in the context of an order and delivery and things like that? Like he'll just call the person. I mean, like if a big month,
less of an automated process and more of a display, like more artistic.
Yes.
Very visual.
Yes.
Because it's not going to take much to get these people to bite, but we have to be spot on. Like the verbiage and everything that you said, like it's got to be so enticing that they see 2 or 3 flows and then they're like, okay, I'm calling, I'm buying, like I'm in.
Yeah, and like just doing that broadcast and things like that. So something that he just closed as a deal with an influencer is to do a market update, like a boutique update. So that would fall perfectly into the broadcast category because it's news and they're going to do it monthly. So we could do that and send that out in a broadcast and it would be engaging for the users and very in compliance with MenuChat. And then, you know, of course, once they're in the bot at the main menu, there is shop now and Heartbreaker Guitar and like all this stuff. So yeah, so basically the main goal is polish this stuff up with the existing e-commerce template and then the Heartbreaker Guitar content. So, you know.
Did you want to expand on that shop now, or did you like that the way it is?
Let's try it again.
I mean, like, do you want to have the main menu just be those basic options, or did you want to put more like robust categories into the main menu itself?
Oh, I see.
Did you ever see my pet store template that I submitted for my MME?
No, maybe. I think you actually did show me it.
Just go to the messenger.com and type in ManyChat pet store template. And I'll tell you kind of like what I'm thinking in my head. And then just let me know if that's what you want to do or not. Because that main menu literally took me a day and a half, 2 days to build. But I think it would translate very well for this model, because it puts more at your fingertips right away.
Messenger.com.
Yeah, go into search Messenger and then go to ManyChat pet store template. Oh, because you don't have an active conversation. Can you? I wonder if you need to set like a search for it. Search Messenger. Yeah, it should be right there. Just type it in right there real quick and just do ManyChat and nothing else. All right, and do a space and then just do pet store. Wow. That's really weird. I wonder if they, because it's.
You want to show it to me?
Yeah, I'll get it. So this hamburger is pretty intense. I could go shop by pet, so we could go shop by guitar, and then when you expand it, it has, you know, the top 5 brands, and then we have services. So that goes like the different services that are available, and then that even breaks down into, you can do all of these different type of pet services, adoptions, things like that. So this could be like appointments to visit the boutique or whatever, training videos, things like that. So we could put more things. And then this would be that unsubscribe section where it's like, do you want to see the current sales, live chat, find us the boutique store or an appointment time, and then the manage the subscription could be something there. But
What's the current sales? What does that do?
Current sales, I think, just took to a promo.
Oh, okay, specials.
Yeah, so I just went to like a sale page on a
Okay, got it.
random one. But yeah, and you could set up a flow that is modular, and you could just plug and play the promotion for if you have, you know, revolving cycles of promotions, 20% off, first time purchase, whatever. You could just do modular stuff with that. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty helpful menu. That's probably the most intense main menu I've ever built.
Okay, I like how it's like that. I wonder if people would use it that are these like guitar aficionado people, like 40 to like 35 to 55 kind of deal. Like,
Yeah.
are they going to know that like at the bottom of a messenger thing there's a main menu, or do they need to be prompted? I mean, I love the structure of this, and I do think that the main menu could be a little more robust. Let's see, shop by guitar, and then if you click in that, there's the max is 5, and then within those 5, what is it?
I just did 3, but there's another max of 5.
Okay.
And you could do like, for the ones that have multiples, you could do electric or acoustic, or like custom design. You could do something like that, and that could open up a specific flow that's the same for, I want to build a custom one, because I don't know if he does custom builds or anything like that, but that could be an option too.
Yeah, he doesn't, but I'm trying to think of the best way to segment it within the mini chat limitations. Like with this situation, he has some guitars that, yeah, he'll like continuously buy them, and he'll sell like 2 or 3 a month of that same type of guitar, or like a slightly different one with a slightly different model or year. But some of them are like the guitarist from the Who, authentic guitar, $100,000. It's a one-off, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so it's not necessarily like revolving products, which if we were to lock in a main menu on specific brands or products, those might be gone the next month, which would require constant updating. So I want to be careful about locking stuff in on the main menu, because if you go to some of these guitars, they'll cycle out. and he also has a ton. I mean, there's a lot. Like, go to.
And the way that their website's set up is kind of the same way. Like there's brands, and he's always going to have that brand.
Right.
Or is he not? Like, is a McPherson ever going to not be made?
Well, if it's the top brands, then they would always be there. And then this is what would be dynamically updating.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, we'll redirect them at some point to this page, but
Right.
we'll segment it to, like, we know there's always going to be a McPherson always on that page, no matter what, whether it's this color or something else. Like, maybe this is the only one that he'll ever make like this, but that's why we redirect them to this page, because then they can explore more. But we do a little bit of this breakdown, and that's why I like chatbots more so than anything. Is it modularizes and segments out the website to deliver more content that people might not find. Because how am I going to know if I'm like really into guitars? Maybe I don't know which one of these I really like until I start looking into it more and finding more about it. So that's like where, if it's a click of a button and it's taking me to what I want, like I really like dark colored guitars. I really like the 5-string. I really like, whammy bars or whatever.
I just had an idea. What would be sweet is if we keyworded all of these manufacturer names. And at the beginning, we ask, like, what's your favorite brand or manufacturer? And when they type in, it drops them a flow, which leads to the page. A specific keyword, all manufacturer names in the beginning, and ask your favorite brand, then leads to a specific flow for that brand, which links to Shopify website page, corresponding Shopify website page.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. I think the most wicked bots are the ones that say, "Hey Jeff, how can I help you?" And they just let you type. Like, those are the sickest, I think, because it's responding to free text input.
Yeah.
They're the hardest to build too, but
right.
And also, dude, I was doing some cool stuff with. Let me get the screen share real quick.
Yeah. Does he like Drift? Obviously not if he's going to us, but.
Well, he's with them through the end of the year, so he's going to keep it on that part of the site. And he might change with us for the little widget, but that's not like, I've seen 0.5% or less of the website traffic go through those little widgets. So okay. I'm not super worried about him switching over for that aspect of it.
I'm curious because there was another guy that he works with, Loud Rumor, and he's like, yeah, I've been using Drift and like it's not so great and they don't talk much and I don't know what's going on and I don't even know what I have. So I was just curious like what his interpretation of it was.
Yeah, right.
It seems like they lock these people into these massive contracts and then just kind of like ghost them.
Yeah, he says like some conversations come out of it, but I don't even know what Drift's agreement is. Like, is it literally just people on the other side that are supposed to like field your chat and then send it to you, or is it just a platform for the end user, the business owner, to chat with people? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah,
we were talking with a Indian group that they want to do live chat for us, and they have like agents, and they could give us like 2 or 3 agents that could handle, 200 or 300 conversations a day. And they had like a really affordable price. So I was really interested in that. And they were like blown away by what ManyChat could do. They're like, holy crap, like what is this? This ManyChat? Like, whoa. So there's people out there, even if you don't want to do it, you can put that out into the other countries and they'll do it for you.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so I have a call in 10 minutes, just so you know, but that's fine. We can maximize that time. Okay, so I had my bot fail on a high-ticket client, and it sucked because he was like completely turned off and judging, because I help build bots for realtors, but then my bot like completely failed. And so I this is what he asked. And so I put in some additional training phrases. And now if I go into Facebook and I message my bot, see all, easy, boom. How much do you charge?
Of course, there's a delay always when you try to show something off.
Interesting. So I don't know where this message is coming from, but this is what it sent to him.
Is that your away message? Go to your settings on this page, and I'll show you where to check. Because a month or two ago, we started getting these random ass messages, and I'm like, what's going on? So go to your inbox. Go down to automated responses on the far left. And then, oh, no, your away is turned off. So yeah, you're good. That's what was turned on for us, the instant reply, and it was just blasting out messages. So the only other place I can think of is if you go to your regular settings in Facebook and check to see if there's anything that potentially got turned on by the last update that they did. And then go to your messaging as well.
Choose one to tell us how your bot communicates with its audience.
I usually do partially automated and support by people, but
yeah, I just marked that. And then
your domains are all there. Your link is good. So Discover, I would turn Discover visibility off so people can find you.
What, this?
The one below it.
Okay, cool.
And then go to your messages on the top left messaging. Right under general, yeah. And then make sure that there's nothing turned on inside there. Prompt people to send messages, that one's okay. There you go. Well, that's appointment reminders, so that's not a big deal, but I would turn that off anyways because most of your stuff's in Messenger. Go to automated response. That was the one that you just looked at, and that's turned off.
So, yeah, this is a weird little phantom message, but anyway, this should pick up the term charge. Try it again. Huh.
That's really weird. Do you know what that flow is? Like, have you seen that before?
No, only when he reached out. That's a weird thing. Okay, so this is what should happen. We have multiple price points to fit new agents all the way to seasoned brokers. What's your total annual volume? So free text input through Dialogflow responded with a mini chat flow. And then based on if they're under 40 million or over 40 million in gross revenue, under 40 million is my low ticket offer. And then over 40 million is my high ticket offer. So if he said 40 to 80, it would say for higher volume agents, the best fit is our platinum package, complete done for you, book now, book a call, right? And so now next time that happens, it should pick that up, but it's weird that it wasn't. Let's see, go back to Dialogflow. How much do you charge for your services? See, like this should have been, so now if I go back, I'm gonna add this as a training phrase. So anyway, I like that. Like I've now also seen contextual Dialogflow videos. I don't know how much you've been diving into this lately or if you've been slammed, but check this out, man. One of the big failings of MiniChat in my mind is intent, is capturing intent and understanding context. Because like, just like we were talking about how if you're caught in the middle of a flow and it has 6 questions and the person starts entering free text input on the second, they're locked in and they're essentially screwed, because unless you hop in and stop automation through mini chats, live chat, if you just try to text back on Facebook, it gets really annoying really fast. Like, you're replying, it's automatically saying, oh, I need numbers only for your phone or whatever, and then it's just a nightmare. And so with that, you can have like someone looking into, okay, this is a STEEZY lead, right? This is someone who's a lead, and you can have different types of intents and directions that this would go. So, for example, in here, they're saying, how much do you charge? How much do you charge? Pricing. And then I have the responses going to a custom flow. And now, if you see this contexts tab, if you go back, you can add context, add follow-up intent. Yes. So, STEEZY lead, yes. It already pre-fills it with things that would say yes. I think so. Yes, I agree. So if your question in that outgoing message here was not a number with a quick reply, but it was like, are you a new agent, or do you sell under 40 million? And then if they say yes, then boom, that replies in context as, or yes, or sure, or okay, I think so, any of these. Then you could set the reply to be add response custom, and you could have another mini chat flow or just a normal text flow or whatever. And you could have a mini chat flow that tags them a certain way. And so thinking about how like dialogue flow and mini chat connect, once I've started to wrap my brain around it more, it's gotten a little bit more exciting, because them working together, you can create more of a conversation, even more of a conversational experience in my mind. And it can also be the same beautiful experience that ManyChat can offer. But I just have noticed that like using ManyChat for the last year, it will fall short sometimes and fail in the middle of flows, and you think it's going to go one way, or you set up all this logic and all this stuff, and then someone types a single thing wrong and it just like messes up everything.
Right.
And so I think this is more in line with my ultimate architecture and dream of building things. So I just want to point that out. It was like a really big breakthrough I had in the last week or two. I haven't really built things out from it yet, but this little button right here, that it's not even there, but if you hover, you can add a follow-up intent depending on how they reply. And you could do custom. So I could do numbers. I could actually do those exact numbers. And I know that we're getting to the end of our time here, but if the training phrase was this exactly, right? Mm-hmm. Then that quick reply, that would line up perfectly. And then with that, it could be a certain thing. This is custom SaaS or like low ticket or whatever. And then the other one would be high ticket. Or I guess this would be high ticket because it was above 40. So point being, I got to go in like 1 minute, but really fascinating stuff.
No, it's really dope. I like it.
So with that being said, do you have enough to get started?
Yeah, I know what we're looking for, and it's less sexy, but it's definitely something we can get done and have it cleaned up and ready to go. So I'll work on that this weekend and crush that out and get that going for you.
Cool.
Is there like a time limit on this that you have or anything, or is it just get the job done?
I would like it to be under 25 hours.
25 hours?
Yeah, which would be like an absolute max, like max. But I think that like 10.
I mean, to be honest, if I'm cleaning up, it's going to be under 5 hours. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's going to take that long.
Okay, cool. Well, then run that 5 hours, and then let's circle back, and I'll see if I have like any other ideas or we want to go in a different direction. with like additional builds and stuff like that. But this would be like the first minimum is like, we need to get all this content updated and cleaned.
Okay.
Sweet, man. And you already charged me for the other one, right?
For the last one, yeah. So I'll just run the one for today and get that going this weekend. And then if I need more time or anything, I'll just update you on the weekend.
All right. Sounds good, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you. Thank you.
Yep. Have fun.